for a minute. Now we back with the jump off. The mail room is back, y'all. Hey,
What,
we've missed y'all. We back. We one short, but we still here doing our thing. What up, G?
what's up? What's up, people?
What up, Marky Mark?
What up? What up? Got a new haircut. Got a new haircut.
Yeah, we
I
see
know.
you looking. We see you looking so fresh, so clean.
Mm, you got that old beaver look going on.
Okay. Everybody can't pull that off, bruh.
Everybody ain't got that good hair.
Oh no, this
The
ain't
good
good.
her.
Them juices and berries here.
I'm fucked in the game right now.
That's that light skin hair.
They like,
Only
We
light
don't
skinned
go this
dudes
colorism.
have that kind of hair. You don't never see
uh,
no really dark skinned dude with hair like that.
Come
right.
on, man. I know several dark skinned dudes.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Two, okay, two.
That's what
And
several normally mean.
two ain't several. Two is a couple.
Okay,
Two is a couple. Two is a couple.
you got me.
A couple dudes, not
A
several, a
couple.
couple too.
Okay, three to be honest. But don't tell nobody else.
Okay, I got
So
a
hey
question for
y'all, we
y'all. I got a question for
jump
y'all. We're
in,
gonna jump.
get right into it then, dog.
Is and this question has been posed multiple times over the last few days. Is thug the new N word?
Hmm. Is thug the new N word?
I
I
mean,
think there's some
everybody
validity.
everybody has been saying thug lately, from the Baltimore mayor with her ghetto behind to
She
media
pretty though. Ooh,
outlets.
she pretty.
Yeah, she is.
She is fine. I mean, and they what you call it? They state's attorney is fine, but everybody that's been associating young black males with thug lately has been like they've been jumping on them like pit bulls on a piece of oxtail. So I mean, is it? Are we gonna sooner or later get to the point that we have added the word thug to the don't say it, don't speak it list?
I know for me, I've been thinking about this for a little while since the NFL season, and
Yeah,
I'm thinking
with
that
Sherman.
yeah, with Sherman, yeah, and I'm thinking like it's something where that people, I think it's good intentions that people have. Hold up, I think somebody's TV up too loud.
Oh, it might be mine.
My bad. Oh, I thought.
Oh
Okay.
no, yeah, that's mine probably.
So I think it's where it's like where a good person is kind of going the wrong way with how he wants to or she wants to say certain things. So it's like you know when you calling people thugs, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't really throw that word out evenly. So when you see white people doing whatever, and you don't look at the statistics that say that, white people commit crime at this much, this rate. I looked up a stat today that shows that white people should smoke crack cocaine just as much as black people, and I wouldn't even know that because that story is not being touted out there. So when somebody's calling people thug, I'm just wondering, are you really looking at the history? Is this another way to call you nigger? Because or nigga, because I noticed that people speak in coded languages now, especially in politics. You know, when they say, urban redevelopment, that mean they kicking or gentrification, that mean they kicking poor
Yeah,
people, black people.
get rid of get the poor people out. Yeah,
Right. So on one hand, I understand where we black people are just really like, skeptical of you using that word thug, to mean to judge them in that one moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but on the other hand, it's like I'm just noticing now. Yeah, I've changed so much since the last time we were doing this show. You know, everybody's outraged about certain things, and it's good people that's making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like I just post today, like Stephen A. Smith. I can't personally fuck with him no more. I mean, maybe I will. I mean, I'm just tired of hearing him. down black people or just be for the rich people, and that's cool. That's fine if you want to do that. I don't have to involve myself. I can turn the TV off. I don't have to support him. You know what I'm saying? I wish him luck. He just not gonna have to deal with me, yeah, being a fan anymore, and that's fine. He got millions of fans. He don't need me. But I just think it's I just think that I don't know if people have a revisionist history or just haven't read or just just want to throw that word out. I do think my heart wants to say is coded word for nigger, but I want to give people the benefit of the doubt too, and and like hey, look, if I get a chance to talk to him, cool. We hopefully we can come to the conclusion that hey, they can say thug ain't nigger to them, and I can say I think it is, and then I don't have to deal with them either, or they don't have to deal with me. See that. What you guys think?
Key?
I know for me, man, in my everyday life, I'm not using thug interchangeably with nigga. As a matter of fact, I think it may have been Sean or either you, Mark, that kind of really brought my attention to the word nigga. Now, in a perfect world, we would understand that we give these words power. In a perfect world.
Hmm.
Obviously, we're not in a perfect world. So we have to be cognizant of these words because people are using words in order to mean other things. They are saying things um, in jest, and people are saying things in order not to say what they really feel, using coded phrases and these kinds of things. So for me, I really can see that, there would be people out here who would be using the word thug in place of the word nigga to get their point across. But I know what I was saying about Sean, I kind of got off track, was that when it was brought to my attention about the power of the word nigga, Sean had started saying kings, like what up my kings. So I started saying it like even in my everyday, like when I talk to you guys online or just in my everyday here in Ripley, I say king, like what up my king, what up my brother. I use other words, whereas I don't know that I necessarily have a real problem with the word nigga, except for the fact that so many people look at it the way they look at it, and they look at the history of it, and I get that. So if people are going to be looking at it in that regard, then I'm gonna have to get on board with that and not say the word, because then I'm contributing to the problem, and I never want to be part of the problem. So in a perfect world, I could say what up my nigga, and my homeboy know I'm saying that in love. I'm not saying that to dis disregard them or put them down, but because the word has taken on this life of its own, then I can't say that or shouldn't say that. Now this is just me talking. I try not to the best of my ability. I try not to use the word nigga because of how it roams around the world and how people think about that word, whereas I don't necessarily think of it in that way because, again, like I said, we give these words power. These the word ain't powerful on its own. We giving it that. We saying, well, this is what this means. We've done that. The
Right,
word didn't do that.
right.
What do you say, G?
Well, I mean, my whole thing is, of course, it's a two-sided coin. Within our own community, we definitely see things different than how the outside world looks at it. Like in the outside world, they don't call white guys that are riding over a football game or um, tearing up their own shit or murdering each other like this they call him a sniper um, that is on trial now for the thing in Colorado. They didn't call him a thug. They call him a delinquent who has mental issues. He's a thug. He's a thug. He's a terrorist. I mean, it's the same thing. Like we don't necessarily use terrorists in our language, but well, I mean, in our meaning in the African American community, we don't necessarily use that word. But when white people refer to people as being terrorists, you automatically get a vision of a Muslim man. I mean, it's just been that ingrained that we don't see it as just being anybody. The white guy in Colorado, he was a terrorist, but you don't look at it. I mean, it's how it's being portrayed, how it's being pushed on us through media, through outlets, through social media, that we get these start to gain these negative connotations for general everyday things that are discussed and talked about every day. So in the end, is it the new N word? Probably so. I mean, eventually we're going to. It's going to be enough. Al Sharptons and Elijah Cummings and uh, Jamal Bryant's who are going to say, stop calling us thugs. We're not thugs. We're not thugs, to the point that white people will no longer be able to use the word thug, and it'll just get to that point. Is that the way we should be behaving as a society or even as Americans? No. We should be able to say whatever the hell we want to say and keep it moving. But then again, in the era of respectability politics, that's not the case.
Yeah, first 2015, first person to say respectability politics. Yes, G. We didn't say that at
Crazy.
all last year. We got
I
a new
mean, but
vocabulary, y'all.
I know, break out them
Dang.
dictionaries, break out them dictionaries. But I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, we're going to get to the point that we're going to be so locked into certain things that we can and cannot say, uh, not only around whites or other cultures, but among ourselves. That I mean, the term nigga, which came from Negro, which came from black, all of that were words that we use on a daily basis among each other, and we were comfortable with it. And now we've gotten to the point we have outside people telling us, the people who this is named after or named for, that we can't even say it among ourselves anymore. How crazy is that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I feel about it.
I mean, I get. It's like when I talk to older people who wants to ban that word, I get it. Like I didn't have to go through what they had to go through. Hip hop, helped me in terms of making that word a term of endearment. But it depends on how I say it. It depends on the context, because some niggas is fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I learned that going to TSU from my Birmingham, Alabama roommate. I never heard of fuck
Mm.
niggas. You wasn't saying it up north. Or at least I wasn't. They weren't saying it in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, so it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. So I'm saying, so fuck nigga, like this is not a good dude, or this is a bitch ass nigga, or whatever. Another way of saying bitch ass nigga, or whatever. But that word has a history to it that's just really complicated. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and this even goes into the all this, police brutality, and you know what I'm saying, like, do you think that the portrayal of that word, or the portrayal of us in the media, makes police think that we're dangerous? Like, when you hear nigga, like if I call you Keith a nigga on the street, should white people be scared of us because we're communicating that way? Is it does this lead to you know does this lead to, oh, let me get him with a stun gun, oh my god, I'm sorry, I shot him, you know what I'm saying,
I'm
like,
sorry by mistake. I shot him by mistake. I thought I was just tasing him to death.
right.
But I mean, it is so. I mean, I don't think any words don't matter. Words used to matter. Words used to be very concise and diplomatic and to the point. And at this point, it's not about the words. It's about what you have been privy or experienced through your eyes, what you see. People, I mean, I'm sorry. you as a black man today in 2015, certain black people will walk by me, and I'm holding on to my bag. I don't want, I don't want to get robbed. I mean, but that's just, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, you know, I also know white people that walk by me in a shirt and tie, and they will be clutching their bag like I don't want to get robbed. I mean, but that is all about how you've been taught and how you've been raised and how you've been socialized. Those things are not words because I walk by you. I'm not saying what up, nigga. I'm just walking by you, and you automatically have an assumption because I'm a big black ass nigga that I'm about to fuck you up. No, I'm on my way to work. I'm trying to make my paper. I really probably make more than you do, but that's not even the point. It's about everybody kind of growing in a level of respect and treating each other in a different manner. Like one of the things that kind of pissed me off today, one of my pissivity moments, was when they were talking about, Baltimore or whatever, and how people in Baltimore, as well as people in the White House, have been trying to connect with celebrities and sports figures that were born and raised in Baltimore to come to Baltimore to talk to the youth. Like those are the only people that they will be okay with, you know, getting a word from. I'm like, really? I know a ton of successful black people born and raised in Baltimore that will go to anybody's school any time of day and say, look, it's more than this or it's more than that. And you can break out of your cycle of where you are right now if you choose to. Because I've done it. I lived in your neighborhood. I am now a doctor. I lived in your neighborhood and now I own my own company. I know five people I can name off the top of my head that can do that from Baltimore right now. But all you can do is
And see,
look for the
honestly,
celebrities, really?
honestly, what you just said, G, will make a bigger impact to me having some face that is there in the city with you. But see, we live in such a celebrity driven culture. Everybody wants to be a celebrity, wants to say they met a celebrity, wants a selfie with the celebrity, 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 celebrity. Let me get a reality talk show, celebrity. Like that's what it is. So that's why these leaders in Baltimore and in DC are reaching out to Lil Mo and all of these other folks,
And you
whoever
got
lives down
Carmelo
there.
Anthony in town. And
Right,
really?
right, right, right. They reaching out to them, but see, to for me, it would for me, it makes more sense if you get a doctor or a businessman or an average Joe who grew up in the inner city and has experienced some things and may not have all of the success you're talking about. That's gonna make more sense to me because when he leave the school, he going back to somewhere around where we are. Like he's still living and existing in this world that I'm living and existing in with all of this foolishness going on. Whereas Lamo jumping on her on she going Lamo
she
going
she
the
going
same way I would
commercial.
go. She going
she
commercial,
going.
but
But Carmelo
Lamo
is jumping on the private
but
plane.
some of these folks is jumping on private jets going back to these big houses after delivering a speech somebody else done wrote for them. That don't make no difference in my life. That ain't really done me much good. You're still not tangible to me. I can't get to you. I can't talk to you. I can't ask you questions. You dip it out. You going back to do whatever you do in your celebrity world. So that doesn't really make much sense to me. But I understand why they're doing it because of culture that we live in.
Right.
let
I
me ask,
mean, yeah, go ahead.
let me ask you guys this: how do you think that black people handled that whole Baltimore uprising thing from the beginning protests to the riots to what's going on now.
I
Back to
think it. Oh, I think it happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen. Really. I mean, it was some. It was some outside pushes. It was some outsiders that pushed it to its breaking point a little bit earlier than it probably would have happened eventually. Technically, the riots shouldn't have happened until after this thing. After it should have happened until Saturday.
hmm
So you saying the ride should have happened? They just happened at the wrong time.
Yeah, the riot should have happened on Saturday because tomorrow, Friday, they're going to release the final police report about this whole incident. So the riot, I
So they
mean,
so they jumped the gun. They jumped the gun in
yeah, they,
Baltimore.
Now, Keith, when you say
yeah,
they, who was they?
Huh?
what?
They, because I heard that they was protesting peacefully until some
Yeah,
white people
yeah, the white people. Well, the white people
start
first
talking.
started last Saturday. Last Saturday, some racist white person at the Baltimore Orioles game started with some of the protesters at Camden Yard, which is how trash cans and stuff started being thrown at people at Camden Yards. That's how that started. And they were just walking peacefully protesting. Some drunk white person said some racist, and that's how they jumped off. Then,
But when are we gonna be adults? And don't your mama always tell you words don't hurt? Sticks and
mm,
stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Why is we so in our feelings? Why are you so emotional? As grown people, you need to learn how to control your emotions. Just because somebody call your name, now
mm-hmm.
now somebody throw a garbage can at you, that's one thing. But because somebody across the street and call you a nigga or whatever was used, you ready to fight? You ready to tear your shit up? I'm not going. That don't even make sense to me because as a responsible adult, I should know better.
Yes, you should. But a
But
lot of
it ain't gonna
times,
like you, KB. If you
I mean,
march, if you got 100 dudes or 100 people, I should say, because we can't forget about women and everybody else. Remember, intersectionality, another word we used in 2015, or at least I know.
intersectionality.
But but
You can tell he just learned that word too, George, because he
uh,
using it
uh,
all the time now.
yeah.
He done fell in love with that word.
but
Go ahead, Mo.
no, I'm just saying like it's 100 people out there. Everybody ain't finna march like KB, George, and St. Sean. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else out there wasn't Dr. Martin Luther King. You had some Malcolm X's out there. You had some Tupacs. You had a whole bunch of people out there, and everybody, everybody ain't a dope. Just like all celebrities ain't good celebrities. Ray Rice, I mean Ray Rice, Ray Lewis should have kept his mouth shut. Bro, you done been convicted of trying to murder somebody. So the last thing you talk about is keeping the peace. Boy, go somewhere. Go sit down. Go
Have a
sit down.
stadium full of seats.
Al Sharpton, go sit down. We don't need you. Go back to New York. Ain't talk.
So now you judging everybody, even a sinner ain't got something good to say or can be used in a positive way?
No, not during time of crisis. During during time of crisis, you need to be almost like Jesus Christ. You need to be above reproach. For people to
Oh
really,
God.
I mean, Elijah Cummings, who lives in Baltimore, that was out in Baltimore when they would start the curfews and all that stuff last night. He lives in the city. He was in his neighborhood. Like, y'all need to go home. Please. Please, you can go home. Y'all don't want to deal with these folks. Go home. They can respect him because he is in his neighborhood above reproach. He's somebody that you will respect. Now, if Ray Lewis in your neighborhood, you like, boy, please go on now, get back in your Bentley and go on drive back to White Marsh where you live. Okay? I need you to be above reproach. If you come in a critical situation and you're trying to be a domineering force to move these people to a different direction.
Mark, Mark, if you would reiterate your original question that you asked, so I can give you an answer for that. You were saying something about do we think it
How do you
was
feel like we handled the protests and the riots? Do you think we went about it the right way, or do you think that how would you like to see it ran if you
well?
had?
First of all, you already know I want y'all to stop marching and protesting. That's first. Just honestly, I can't say that enough. I really don't think that shit works. So I just really want y'all to stop that. That's first. That's just me. But if you gonna march and protest, it's gonna have to be organized in a way that makes sense. And from what I've seen from Ferguson to Baltimore and all points in between, it always, and I'm not gonna say that because again we have to be mindful that the media gonna show us what the media wants us to see. So
Right,
based on what I've seen, it's always a bunch of thugs who just want to be out there doing something and want to, and I understand they want to be heard. But at the same time, you can be heard, you can be seen if you sit down at a table and organize and say, this is how we're going to do it. And when the police come, this is what we're going to do. When they organized them sit-ins back in the 60s, that shit was so organized. They knew what they was going to do, how they was going to do it. When the dogs came, when the water hoses came out, they knew exactly what they was going to do, whether they was going to stand there and take it or they was going to run off or whatever it was. They had a plan. And in addition to the plan, they had contingency. These folks down just running out their houses, burning up stuff, and getting nacho cheese and dill pickles out of the stove and diapers and foolishness. That don't sit well with me at all.
yeah,
That just don't even make much sense to me. So I'm gonna say I'm not in collusion with what I've seen as far as these riots and protests because it's unorganized, and when you're unorganized, you fail.
I'm going to I'm going to respectfully disagree with what Keith Barbie has said, and make sure you send a mail to Keith Barbie. And
Oh come on, eh?
they're gonna be coming for you. Nah, I'm messing with you. Oh yeah, I did do your government. I'm sorry. Damn, I done said good
This
government.
man just Kanye West me or something. I feel Kanye
Hey, but
Wested.
no, but I think that the protests did work. I feel like the burning and all that stuff. I mean, like, of course, I wouldn't be out there looting, but they went out there and whoever went out there and did it, they did it or whatever. And once again, we're not talking about it if they didn't do it. We Freddie Freddie
right.
would be another dead black man, and we'd be like, oh, that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? And
So riddle me this. Had the protests and marches worked in Ferguson, then why are we doing this again in Baltimore? If it really worked,
because it's
then
system,
they
it's
would
systemic,
they would stop killing us and we wouldn't even have to be protesting if
Keith,
it
because it's
really worked.
systemic. It's systemic, and don't nobody do you know how much like we don't have factories and companies no more. So really, people's jobs is jobs like government job. You know how have you ever heard the saying, man, you better get you a government job. You'll never get fired. So people,
Dude, I lived in DC, Maryland. That's them kids go to school just to get government jobs. They
right?
don't even
Right.
think about college. They mama get them on in the summer at the government building, and that's where they work until they die.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
So
of
you don't,
course
you don't,
familiar with that.
so some people to keep those jobs, they're gonna have to keep the system going, the unfair system. Now you see all that looting and stuff like that, right? And did you see the other blocks of Baltimore? You lived there. You seen Baltimore before. That shit
Mm-hmm.
that shit is fucked. That shit look fucked up in areas. There's some parts that's coming back, and now if you can't afford to live in D.C., you're gonna move to Baltimore where they gentrifying it. You know what I'm saying? And
Pretty much.
what Ferguson did. Ferguson's a watershed moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely,
for the younger people. You know what I'm saying? Them kids
absolutely.
down there saying, man, fuck that shit, man. We not going no more. You ain't finna just tell us that you ain't finna pee on our shoulder and call it rain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They tired of this, and I think that's what that shows. That's what that protesting shows, and it is people that's organized. It is. It's people. It's Black Lives Matter. It's people in the Uruhu movement. It's a lot. It's Umar Johnson them. It's everybody. I don't have to agree with all of them, but these movements are working, and we got to figure out. They need money. They need stuff to, for when they go against the police and they get sprayed. So they need milk and stuff like that to wash their eyes out when they get sprayed with all that mace and
Pepper
all.
spray, right?
Yeah, man, they need help. They need people to march with them because some of them people, can't even make no money because they so busy trying to change for our kids.
Change their,
You know
yeah,
what
they're
I'm
trying to
saying?
change their community, right?
And then so when we sit at home, like a lot of us on Twitter and Facebook saying, "Oh man, people doing this or this doesn't work or this does." I mean, we not out there. You know what I'm saying? We not the soldiers that's out there. We at home, you know, really supporting the system.
I don't have to be out there. I don't have to be out there getting tear gassed to know that it's not working. I
Mm.
see it.
But but it
I
is
don't have to
working.
be there. I don't have to be there for them to knock me out in my head. I
Keep
don't. No. No.
I
they
don't know. I guess I look at it like this: with parents, with okay, of course, my parents grew up in the '60s, and
mhm.
uh, especially my mother growing up in Birmingham, and knowing my uncle who was like, he was at every march all the time. So it's like, Keith, I understand your point. You like my grandmama, you like Big Mama. She was like, boy, if you don't come sit down somewhere, that stuff ain't working. And she was really, I mean, when my Uncle Kelly got locked up for he was on the march from Selma to Montgomery and all that. He got locked up. My grandmama left him there like, boy, I told you not to go down there and quit messing with them people. And she was one of them that, she said colored. That was, I mean, that was, she was like, you ain't no, you not no Negro, you colored. That was, that's how they live. But each generation has their defining moment and they have to prove of themselves. And I think we're living in the new 60s. That time cover was quite poignant of how each generation has to make their own decisions on what's going to be the best way forward. And we never had that. We didn't have to, I
Let me
mean,
give you let me give you an analogy. Let me give you an analogy. In school, when you're teaching out there, you have a substitute. The substitute usually gives you some old whatever the teacher done left for her to give you. That don't get graded. They
uh-uh,
don't count for nothing. That's busy work.
right.
This seems like busy work to me because nothing to me is getting accomplished. Y'all saying things are getting accomplished, and quite possibly, I'm sure there are some things happening, but I don't like busy work. I don't like lending my time to things where I don't see a proper output or the
Hmm.
outcome is coming out in a certain way. So I don't do busy work. So to me, them out there riding and all of that is just busy work. What are you getting out of it? And I understand Mark saying you got and I'm glad Mark what told me Black Lives Matter was actually a movement. I thought it was just hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Like how they
No,
had everything now. I didn't know that it had been a movement until Mark had said that. So kudos to them people for starting Black Lives Matter.
good people. All right, Big Mama.
However,
All right, Big
I
Mama.
I still don't think. But I digress because I've already made my point on that, so ain't no need for me
well,
rubbing it in the
keep,
ground.
let me
I've
just
already
push
said
back.
what I need to say.
Let me just push back a little, and then we can move on to the next topic. And I want to kind of talk.
Ain't no next topic, bro. You got to go.
Well, I got to
Go.
hear what y'all think about
And
this
I do
BLM
Yo,
too. My
path.
mama
yo,
waiting on me.
But look, let me push back just a little. Like KB and George,
yes,
when,
yes.
how long has slavery been over?
Slavery had officially, well, pseudo officially been over what? 200 and what? 230, 235 years?
A little over
No,
200 years,
230
I
years.
believe.
All right,
230
so
years.
after that, slavery was a whole nother name because they still hated black people, right?
Jim Crow,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Jim
It
Crow.
still exists, just under a new name, just like how we were saying, Thug is a new nigga.
Right.
There's Slavery still exists just under a new name.
Right. Now
So
slavery justification.
slavery
It,
is the prison industrial complex, right? But
Right.
Right.
okay, so since the Civil Rights Act, how many years was that?
Civil Rights Act was what, 1965? So that's been 100 and what? 100 and what? 140, 150 years.
No, it's like 40 years.
Well, goodness gracious, 140. Yeah, about
40,
50 years. 50 years.
years is not even that long. 50 years is not even that long for people to even see what they're doing. So we had marches and you can't say marches don't work. It worked for the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? It worked. It's getting the message out on
That
other
was a
movements.
different time. That was a
It was a
different
different
time.
time, and this is a different time also. So what I'm saying is that you know even Martin Luther King can understand what rioting meant. It meant that people that's gone unheard long enough. They can you can only get people to sing "We Shall Overcome" and you know get whooped on a Selma bridge for so long. You know what I'm saying? So this
It's
stuff,
Right.
not lost. It's not lost on me what it means or
what's
what it could do.
right. So, but the bigger point is that these people are out here working, and some people are handling it the way that you don't want to handle it. They're rioting. Some people are acting out. They did it in '68. They did it in '70 something. They did it in with the LA riots. People act out. People don't know how to handle their anger. But we're finding out a lot more about people. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I just want to push back a little. I feel like the protests work. If you riot, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not. I wish they wouldn't. I wish we can all just march and ignore stuff, but we can't. You know, but we ain't finna let people in our neighborhood. You know, what I'm saying just with police protection, with shields and stuff like that. You know, telling us what to do, like they ain't criminals too. And they criminals if they're tacit if they're not telling on their brother that did this dumb shit, then they only making the war harder for themselves and making us come together. You know what I'm saying? And we're not really together even still. You know what I'm saying, but it was good to see the Bloods and the Crips say they getting together. Say, look, man, this was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, when do you see stuff like that? So when you say this stuff ain't mattering, I mean, you don't normally see Bloods and Crips come together like that. You don't see, black people come, pastors from Chicago coming up there to help pastors from Baltimore. You see the church open their doors to the gang members, and let me just say they always open their doors to the gang members. They can come in anytime, but you see them working together. You see them with their red flag on, saying, "Man, look, this is what's been happening to us." You see parents like, "Hey, look, my son got killed in police custody also, and we still can't find the answers." So now stuff is coming out the closet now, and it's like, and what do you do? You can't ignore this now with this new social media time. Hey, look, people can't fuck with Black Twitter. Black Twitter will end your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
And
much.
people are starting to see this
Hmm.
now. Black Twitter's nothing. They're gonna have to cut Twitter off if they want to
Right.
stop. But
Yeah.
before we go, man, let me get into this. What do you guys think about this mother, you know, trying to protect her kid but beating his ass at the same time? For it or against it, or how you feel?
She she did what any reasonable black woman would have done. As far as I'm concerned, that is a mother who cares about her kids. She did what she was supposed to do. And I mean, you know, it's so, some people calling her a hero. I think that's she a mother. I mean, mothers heroes, yeah.
Okay.
They just mothers. I mean, she saw her kid in a potentially violent, dangerous situation, and she said, "Bring your black ass home." I mean, what any mother would have done. I mean, probably, I mean, a white mother might not have hit their child. They might have just, go to them and told them to go to timeout. But as a black parent, yeah, that was, and if he had a daddy in his life, his daddy should have been doing the same thing. His daddy should have been out there like, get your black ass home. I mean, that's, it's
I
it
think that
is. Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
For me, I think, and I didn't even realize people had an issue with it until, of course, on Facebook, I started seeing people saying, things about the mother reprimanding her son because it was on the world stage, and as black people, a lot of times we want to keep our dirty laundry, if that's to be called dirty laundry, to ourselves. So a lot of people, I think, felt a certain way that it happened on a national stage. But me personally, with the way I've been raised, I salute her because what was she supposed to do? Stand there and act like that was cool what he was doing. She wasn't. Now, I don't have a problem with the fact that she hit him upside the head or whatever she did. I know that's the issue with some people, and that maybe she should have just grabbed him and pulled him on and not hit him or whatever. Me personally, I don't have a problem with the way it all went down because she trying to save her son life. She trying to stop another ride from happening because they mourning her son. So I get that, and I don't have a problem with that. What are your thoughts, Mark?
I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. Like
Oh yeah, I forgot you
I
part of the
understand.
new. You part of the new parent movement. I
Oh,
forgot.
you don't
Sorry.
spank, Mark?
No, no, I'm not. I'm not on that. And that's because my son, he taught me a lesson. I think I told you a story, but I got him in the chest for not listening.
Mhm.
But it was
Mhm.
more. It was more because I was mad that he wasn't listening. It wasn't. It didn't do nothing. Like it did nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? But hurt him. And he will always remind me to this day, Dad, remember when we were in New Jersey and you hit me in my chest? I'm like, shit, nigga, you still I was trying to be a parent. And then every time I say, you know what, I'm sorry, Jay. That don't mean that I'm not strict on him. That don't mean that, I don't, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hit him no anymore because that was a violation to him. That's what he was telling me. That's what I feel as a parent you
Mhm.
know. So that's me personally. So now I have a daughter, a new daughter, and so I'm violating her body. I wouldn't allow nobody, no man, no woman, no anybody to hit her, to violate her because they're mad at something she's doing. You know. Now if she hits somebody, then there's consequences to come with that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want her to hit nobody. To me that's a violation of the body. So on one hand I grew up on the west side of Chicago. I got my ass beat. It did nothing for me. I still did bad shit. I still brought knives to school. I still fought, in elementary school. Yeah, I didn't try to be in the gang or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a gun, but I still stole from stores. And this is after this is after I got whooped. So for me, it didn't work. I'm just going back to my history. So when I see this
Mhm.
woman, so when I see this woman out there, first thing I think of is she loves her son. She loves her son, and she's like, "Boy, what the fuck you doing out here?" Because oh, sorry for cursing, but on the other hand, I see I see her son going out here fighting against something that's bigger, which is a system. He probably can't beat it on that day, but the fact that he out there fighting with throwing rocks to me, I don't know. I feel like that wasn't a bad thing because he made a decision for himself and for his community. So
Right.
her hitting him in front of people. Like, first of all, why does she think she should put his hands on him? Like, why should
Tell about her mom.
that dude made a decision on his own? You know what I'm saying? And so she didn't want him to die. So
Right.
I'm
So
conflicted.
you saying one she violated his right to be a part of that movement, and two she violated his body by hitting him.
Right? Because what
That's
if
what
he
you're
turned?
saying, Mark?
Right? Because he had that mask on? What if he didn't know who was hitting? Or what if he just reacted because it's an emotional time and dropped her ass? Then he'll be the bad. You know what I'm saying?
If he'd have dropped her ass, she should. If he had have dropped her ass, she should have put him 6 feet down. God damn it! Because you supposed to
Yes.
respect your parents. He was in the damn wrong. She should have beat the hell out of his ass.
And I
Yes.
respectfully
Yes,
disagree.
Faye Barbie. Yes, Faye Barbie.
Well,
What, the one and only? And you know this? How you doing?
How you
well,
doing,
I
Mama?
thought that we expected that, fellas.
No, that's a great surprise.
Yeah, I saw that, and she wasn't wrong for doing that. He was in the wrong because he had no business doing what he should have done, and she wasn't embarrassing him or nothing because she didn't have a gun, she didn't shoot him, she didn't have a stick. She didn't beat him. She had her
She
hands. She was hitting him with her hands.
okay. That's what's up. As long as
All
she
this,
bring
all
out the
this
belt
fact,
or the
I love the
switch.
fact, I love the way she spoke her mind, but I definitely disagree with her. You know, like
Okay.
that's what they put.
Tuesday.
They feel like he was ready for a movement.
Be more than.
Okay, hey, let me let y'all listen to my mama.
Okay.
Come on, Middleview.
There
Oh, here come
should be
Granny.
more
Here
mothers
come Mama
like her.
Smurf.
Then some of these teenagers would know how to act. I'm glad she did. Put on a darn
Yes,
hoodie.
Mama
Somebody he
Smurf.
gonna. You can't fool your mama. Straighten up. We know what's going on with
And
Yes.
that's Mom's Duke's mama,
Yes.
baby. That's Mom's Duke's mama.
I
And
love
that's Keith's Barbie grandmama. And you know this.
Well,
well,
the show just got took over. Did the show? Did our show just get took over?
Hey, I got that
yeah.
Carmelo look, that Carmelo beam look.
That's what's up.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna have to jump up off of here, but we need to do a little are we still gonna
Oh,
end it, Mark? How we used to end it?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can, but
what?
we do that next time because I got it. We all
All
got to
right,
get going. But
All right,
all
y'all.
right.
let's keep this probably is gonna escalate to something else. We're gonna find new information. So you guys, the next show we come back, we'll have more information. Hopefully, Keith's mom and grandma can chime in again. And George, bring your
Just
people.
let me know. Let me know.
Come on
All
in.
right.
Get
Come
you a
on,
spot on
Faith.
the TV on the YouTube. Yeah, no,
And,
that's
uh,
and I
and
feel
hope.
like personally we need people that's older than us with wisdom to impart that on us too. I'm glad they came on. I disagree
I
with them,
know.
but I'm glad they came.
That's what's up, and that ain't nothing but respect, Mark.
Right,
That's respect and that's love.
right.
That's what's up. And hopefully next time Sean will bring his Damon Dash ass on into the group and talk as well. So, you know.
Oh yeah, I got it.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off of here.
Okay,
All
okay.
right, y'all.
We out.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
Peace.